Claudia, you want to start?
Okay, let's go to start. So how many of you would like to be a better leaders, want to be an amazing leaders? Great. So how many of you would like to increase your skills, like get some tools to get you to be a better leaders? Yeah? How many
Yes.
of you not? Okay, I'm glad that everybody here, you want to do that. So I want to say first, thank you. Thank you everyone that is here with us on live, and thank you for the people that is maybe watching us via Facebook, or the people that will start to join us. And this is a pleasure for me and for Mindy that we are part of the Woman Leader into the Future. Like, we are amazing coaches all over the world, and we are just here for you guys, okay? So today is just a free webinar because we want to show you a little bit of what we have for you, because we are having a workshop, live workshop for ones that would like to take the steps to be a better leaders. And not only that, who wants to improve. How many of you want to improve in relationships? How many of you want to know the love of languages and communication skills? Yeah, well, we will talk about that, right? How many of you would like to learn about money and the relationship of money and how to attract more money? Yeah, and Mindy is the one that does that. Also, in this workshop, we are talking about do goal setting, how to do value, how to create value. I will present how to have more health, okay? Because right now, with all this coronavirus and all of that, we need to be stronger, right? And how to create a balance in life. So we will talk about that, okay? But Mindy will talk more about this, but today we will focus on how to be a leader. But it is okay for you guys that we maybe introduce a little bit about us, yeah? Because I don't know if you know us, it's okay? Beautiful. So I will talk very quick about myself, and then I will ask Mindy to introduce her and then introduce a little bit of the group. So my name is Claudia Chavez. And as you can see, I have a funny accent, and this is because I'm from Mexico. But I have been living in Australia for 8 years. I have been living in America. Now I'm living here in Spain. So I'm all over the world, okay? So I'm a coach, I'm a training, and I'm training people to have a champion mindset, okay? How to achieve all the goals, but in different aspects of their lives. So I help hundreds of people all over the world to achieve their goals, to really underlock their little voices that is the one to stop us to make us the better person that we want to be. It's the want us to give us the fears, the distractions, to procrastinate. So it's the ones that they say, no, you are not good enough, and all of that. So with a good balance in life, talking about the physical, how to feel good inside to outside, that will project outside. And if you have a good body, if you are eating good, so then you will project that. And this influence on people, because people will look at you, how you weigh, how you walk, how how your gestures, how you behavior, how is your mindset, how you do things, how you behave as a leader, okay? And as a good leader, everyone leader, I don't know if you know, the majority of them, they have a good, very good present, right? And I think all of them, they do good exercise. They have a good habits, and they have a good routines, daily routines, especially with exercise, eating good, because they need to look good, okay? Because people follow them, because they are a role models. So first, you need to feel good in order to project that outside. And when you feel good and your emotions feel good and mentally you feel good, obviously, and you have a good balance in your life with emotions, mental and physical thing, this will manifest through others, and vibrational, and also the frequency, you will start to attract people that you like. So number one is to take care about yourself, because it's the only thing that we can control. We can control many things outside, but the only thing you can control is about yourself. And this content, okay, this bottle that we have here that is called our body. So we need to take care about that. So this is really important. So I have been teaching and coaching for now 10 years, and I met Mindy and we create all of this amazing. And well, I have been also achieving a lot of medals in different sports all around the world, climbing the Kilimanjaro, climbing the Aconcagua mountains in the world, and all of that. And I can help you as well to achieve anything you want in life, okay? So this is me. So I will pass now to Mindy. So Mindy can introduce yourself and a little bit about the woman into the future, please.
Great, Claudia. Thank you so much. I first want to say that I'm really happy to be here and that I have the opportunity to talk to you face to face. So those of you who still have your cameras closed, if you can open them up, it'll give us a lot of good feedback and interaction, because I don't know if you've noticed, but have you noticed that Claudia asked a lot of questions? Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions too, and it's really important that we get your feedback so that we know that we are two things. One, giving you real solutions to your daily life, then we know we're touching you. And two, we want to really keep your energy up, because the more energy you bring into this room, the more things that you're going to absorb and actually take them and put them into your life. So is that okay with you guys? Open up your cameras and let us share the love. See the light in your eyes. Thank you. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Shri, for opening up your camera. So if you other ladies can do so also, I'd really appreciate it. So me, I'm Mindy Stern, as Claudia said, and I'm here. It would also be nice for us, I'm going to just take a pause. If you know how to change your name in Zoom, if you just click on participants, you'll see your name listed there. If you can just write down where you're from, that would be really cool for us to know where you're from, because it's an international movement. Women Leading into the Future is really about taking women from all ages, all cultures, all backgrounds, and letting them know that they are leaders just by virtue of being who they are. How many of you feel that you support and help other people to grow? Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. How many of you love the feeling when you're able to work with someone, even your children, your family members, and help them overcome obstacles? Thank you. That's actually leadership. And what happens a lot is, I'm not telling you about me yet, but I'm going to say it anyway. You know, when people talk about leadership and think about leadership, when we've asked our communities about what leadership is for them, they give us this very stereotyped view of, you know, the arrowhead, the corporate manager, or, you know, the general in the army is the leader. And that's the perspective people have about leadership, to being that person in control, you know, delegation and telling you what to do, and, you know, powerful. How many of you think that that is the model of a true leader? Okay, how many of you not? Okay, thank you. That is a type of leader. That is a type of leader. And it's good. And then some people need that, and some people love that. And a lot of people follow that. But that is not the only type of leadership that there is. And I think that women, when we've surveyed the population of women, we've asked them, why don't women lead? And the answer was, because we don't want to be that type of woman. How many of you can relate to that? You don't want to be that aggressive, in your face type of lady. Yeah. So then we said, okay, now we think that women do lead. And we think that women are natural leaders just by virtue of being women. You know, we're mothers. You know, we have the capability of nurturing and helping people around us reach their goals. That's what we do. We do lead by nature. So in Women Leading into the Future, our whole mantra is to help women understand, first of all, that they are bright and they are strong and they have something to say, and that they can lead and help and inspire other people just by virtue of who they are, if they work on themselves. To be a leader, you don't have to be that one person in control. You know, we feel that women lead better and happier and have more satisfaction when they lead in teams, collaboration. How many of you like to work with other people to achieve goals? Great. How many of you get satisfaction when you can brainstorm ideas with someone else? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And how many of you feel a lot more secure in the steps that you're going to take if you can share that weight with other people? Thank you. Thank you so much. How many not? Okay, nobody not. So I'm just going to say, if I ask a question, please raise your hand so I know where you stand, because maybe you have a different opinion than mine, and then we could talk about it to have an open communication. Is that okay? Excellent. Thank you. So Mindy Stern, how did I get to this? I was in the corporate world for many years, about 22 years working in business development in the corporate world and high tech, and I liked it. I'm a divorced mother of two very beautiful children, a girl and a boy. And at some point when they were around 9, 10, 11, and I was around 40, 41, 42, I had decided that the corporate world was not for me. I couldn't spend enough time with my children. I was a leader in the corporate world. I had a big management position. I had a team of people working for me. But, I felt it was very cold. And I felt that I couldn't give enough time to my children. And also I felt that I did not want to climb that corporate ladder, if you know what I mean. I didn't want to be out of the house more often. And I didn't want to have bigger teams and more delegation and be more separated from people. I wanted to be in touch with people. I wanted to be more grassroots. And in corporate, when you go up the leadership pyramid, it's a pyramid. It's less fun at the top. And I wanted to have fun. So through my own personal development, I got involved in coaching and in group facilitation and in teaching, which I love to do. And during that same time, I had gone through very, very horrible financial troubles. How many of you have had financial troubles? Yeah. How many of you have been hit a little bit by Corona, financially? Well, how many not? I like to hear not hit by, good. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. That's great. But when I was in my early 40s, I was a financial mess. I didn't know anything about finances. I was a single mom. I had a great salary, but I was in debt and I was spending too much. It wasn't a fun time for me. So during my time of development, when I was deciding what I was going to do with my life, I started to learn about money. And a matter of fact, I made so many changes so fast in my financial world that I decided that was what I wanted to do. It was my mission to go out there and help people deal with their money in a better way, like I was able to do. If I was able to do it and change my life around in a very, very short amount of time, that anybody can do it. So I had a mission. So I left the corporate world and I opened up a company called Healthy Finances. And in Healthy Finances and working with money, I really came to see the difference between a man's attitude and a woman's attitude with regard to money. And I started to develop in that the female language of money. How many of you have ever heard of the female language of money? Yeah, great, thank you. How many not? No, so I'm going to tell you, for those who haven't raised your hand, not, thank you. The female language of money is talking about money not in terms of dollars and cents, not in terms of bottom line, not in terms of bank accounts, and calculations, which most people do. And that's how I learned about money. But in terms of what I want to do, how can I use that money as a resource to support me, support my family, and to support my community, to achieve my goals, which is a very empowering way to look at money. And it has nothing to do with the numbers. So I developed this methodology, and I'm seeing that, women, when I'm dealing with money, when they come into my office with their husbands, and I see that the husbands are, give me dollars and cents, and the women aren't talking because they don't relate to the bottom line. How many of you here relate to the bottom line? Yeah? Well, I didn't relate to it. How many of you not relate to the bottom line? That number at the bottom. I myself didn't. I wanted my money to support me and my goals. Christine, want to turn on your camera so I can see if you're talking to us? Okay. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to shorten it up so we can get into the content that we prepared today. So anyway, I saw that there was a difference between the way the men were taking leadership with their money and the women were taking leadership with their money. And what I chose to do in my business is to empower the women, to show them that their way of wanting to help their children. You know, the women come to, the men want to know what's the bottom line in the bank, and the women want to know, okay, how can I use my money to help my children? You know, to clean my house, you know, to invest in education, you know, to take care of my environment. How can I help my parents and my siblings? And you know, they're so focused on the environment, and the men are telling them, no, you have to look at the bottom line and you can't do that. And I said, no, I got to change that. So I want to create a women's language of money. And this is one of the things that I talk about in the workshop, Leadership Behind Uncertain Terms. But even here, when we talk about leadership, how you can create your own leadership style, you don't have to be the leader like them. Those people, the men who are managing money in the traditional way of dollars and cents and bottom lines and tables, they're not necessarily right. You know, just because they come with a stronger voice or they stand up higher doesn't mean that they're right. You know, there's a different way to do things. And I think the message that Claudia and I want to give you today is that if you have an important message, how many of you do have an important message? How many of you have something that's important to you that you want to share with the world and you want to be able to influence your environment behind that message? Yeah, how many of you want that? So if you want that, if you have an important message, you can send that message out to the universe, to the world, and get people behind you and work in collaboration, which we're all wonderful in collaboration. I mean, we do it in the nursery school. We do it in the park. You're doing it in our environments, in our homes. We're used to working in collaboration. How you guys can use a style that is solely in line with who you are and your being and your message, and go out there with security, with confidence, and be able to influence those people around you, to be the leader that you want to be. How many of you want that? Great, thank you, thank you. Claudia, I took a lot of time, I'm sorry, but...
That's okay, Lindy. You are giving a lot of information. And well, I just want to talk with you guys. I would like to know how many of you are business owners? Just to know with who are talking. Great. How many of you are still working for a company?
Employees.
Okay. How many of you would like to maybe later on do your own business? Yeah, beautiful, great. Well, I just want to share with you a little bit of what, well, I would like that you type in the chat or you just give your microphone, raise your hand. What is some of the skills like a good leadership, leader should have? How many of you want to participate? Raise your hands or put in the chat. Okay, Lital, tell us, what is for you some of the skills that a good leader would like to have? Mm-hmm.
Someone who knows how to make people flow after him and want to follow him, not because he's up there, but talking the same height and just makes people want to come.
Beautiful. Thank you. Give a little applause. Thank you, Lital. Yeah, how many of you think, oh, to be a leader, you just need to be on the top, or you need to have a title, or you need to have the owner, right? This is the thinking of men. You know, men think like he's the leader, I need to follow and all of that. But women, we are not like that. Women will want someone to take care of everyone. And a good leader, and Lital mentioned, a good leader sometimes could be on the front, leading the rest of the people to follow them because he knows the role. He knows what is the difficult situation. So he will take the team for a piece that is less dangerous, okay? But a good leader as well sometimes is in the middle because he has the ability to check what is the skills on their team or what is the skills of other people. And if someone is better than him or someone has the skill that is needed for that situation, he will give the leadership to these people and ask him or her to leave, okay? And then he will be on the middle, maybe to take care that people in the front follow him and maybe take care that is nobody behind. And not only that, sometimes as well, he will be put until the end, pushing all the team, pushing all the people, pushing all that is around them to work together, okay? So this is really, really important. A leader, like Lital says, is not just for a title, or just because I need to be here and listen to me. No, it's earn the rights, okay? It's a role model. It's a role model that everyone else follow, but he also is humble enough to know that he doesn't know everything, okay? That he sometimes has not some skills, so he doesn't know that much of a certain topic, and he choose someone else to be the leader for that mission, okay? So this is really, really important. Thank you, Lita, thank you. So how much, Shiri, you want to share with us?
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Shri. I'm from Malaysia.
Oh, hi, welcome.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you, and thank you for organizing this session. And it's wonderful. I think a good leader should have a vision,
Vision.
where we are heading to, or where we are leading to. Maybe it's not obvious at the moment, but at least a small vision, not a big vision at the moment. And also a good leader, I think, for me, I always believe a good leader leads from the end, or maybe at the end of the line. So that's what I believe. I mean, let the others lead. I mean, go in front, and then maybe empower somebody in front there to just have a view of the members behind, and then I'm at the back and I'm just doing my job, doing my work. And by the way, I'm a homemaker. I was teaching. I left my job because of my kids. So I'm a homemaker, and the kids are grown up. I mean, they're still schooling, but not too small. So I think it's time for me to do something for myself. So that's why I'm here.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Please give applause to her. Thank you. And yes, absolutely. I mean, a leader needs to have a vision, needs to have a goal, needs to know where he is going. Because otherwise, if he doesn't know how to go, I mean, it's like, imagine that you are pilot an airplane, okay? And you say, oh, where are you going? I don't know, I'll go to Europe. Yeah, but which part of Europe? I don't know. And maybe he arrives to Africa. And because he doesn't know, maybe he will be lost in Africa for ages and ages, thinking that he is in Europe. And not only that, as you would mention that, Siri, maybe we'll take all the team to take it to the ground side of the planet, right? So that's why it's really important that their leaders has a vision, but not only a vision of one thing, needs to have the vision for the whole thing. That's why most of the leaders, they don't do things physically, they delegate to others, and this is some important thing. Sometimes the leader, they don't want to delegate, but they need to delegate in order that they separate from the picture, so that they can see the picture, they can see the map, where I'm going. Because if you as a leader go inside the picture and you are working with everybody, you get lost in the picture, and you can see the big picture, and you can see where are you going, you can see where is the challenges, you can see where is the I don't know, the bad areas, you can see what is the big rocks, you can see what is the obstacles. But if you disattach for that picture, you can see everything, and you can plan. That this is another important thing. Planning, get goals, get setting. So it's really, really important. And as you mentioned, Siri, and I mentioned before, yeah, the leader sometimes is in the front because he's a role model and people need to follow him, but sometimes in the middle and sometimes in the back. Mindy.
Yeah, thank you, Claudia. I just wanted to add, Sherry, about some things that you said about the empowering, the point of view from being in the back and letting other people come out and shine their light. But there's a difference between what Claudia was talking about, delegation and empowering, you know? And I think that when we come from our space, you know, the very feminine space, the motivation for us is more of the empowerment. You know, delegation isn't so easy. You know, we clean up after our kids, you know, but the empowering part is something
Exactly.
that's really great when we do.
Yes.
release to let other people shine. We don't have to be in the forefront. You know, I think that's a really important point that you brought up there. So again, give it up for sharing. That was brilliant. Thank you. And another thing that I get out of that, one second, we'll get, also Kay raised her hand and also Goska raised her hand.
Yes.
But I just want to say, just want to point out the vision. The vision. How big is the vision? You can tell me. You can open up your microphones and tell me.
That's a $1 million question. You know, that it will not come to you directly. I think that comes through an insight, that vision, but you have to work towards it. I think, you know what I do, I keep asking myself, what is my vision? Every morning I ask these questions to myself. What is my vision? What is my vision? Okay, I know I want to do something for myself, at the same time empower and do something for women in my circle and maybe around the globe. But there must be a vision. I haven't got to the exact point, but I am making baby steps.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Sherry, for sharing. The vision, a tip from me to you, the vision should be huge. You know, it should be enormous. It should be gigantic. It should be like bigger than the whole world, as big as the universe. Make that vision so big where it has so much contribution. What's the word?
Contribution.
Contribution, where it has so much contribution that it makes everything else really effortless. It makes everything else really clear, because the vision is much bigger than you. You know, it's much bigger than you, maybe even your family or your community.
Leadership beyond.
Make the vision big. So again, Claudia, go back. Kay had her hand up and Ghost also had her hand up.
I will say that, Mindy, you can ask Kai or Goshka. You raise your hand, please. One of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Hi, my name is Goshka. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. And my vision about the leader is that leader has to be so inspired by the vision that every day, as Sri said, yes, every day it's like you wake up in the morning and you are so excited, then people will see this positive energy and will follow you. And then the good leader is not only using his brain or her brain, but as well brains of our other people. So these brains, when they are picked up, then it is the whole team. And then you don't have only one brain which has to struggle with everything. It is a team effort.
Exactly. How many times, please, one applause to Goshka. Thank you, Goshka, for participating. Yeah, how many of you, I mean, we have I don't know if it's just in Mexico, I think this is universal, that many heads think better than one, right? And this is right. I mean, we, as a woman, we always want to communicate, right? And we want to go with our friends, with everybody to think, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? Men, no. Men is just thinking more like, no, this is what I want, and I want to do that. But Mindy says something that is really important. More you can see the skills of your people, more you can bright and let them bright, you will be brighter. Because even if you don't say, oh, I'm the mentor, I'm the coach, I'm the trainer, you don't need to say that, because the people knows that they are training with you. The people knows that they are with you. So you don't even mention to you. When you leave people and light people's up and make them that they win a medal, that they do their things, everything comes like a domino effect. And then every single thing that we do in life has a cause and effect, and has like when you throw the rock on the water and make waves, everything affects everything. So every time that you take a decision as a leader, think first, how this decision that I make it, or how this thing that I'm doing will affect others, will affect the people is around me, will affect my community. How my act that I'm doing will be as an example of others, okay? Because this is very, very important and be a leader, Mindy.
Can I share an example of that? Something really, really small? Yeah, it's good? Thank you. Thank you. You talk about that example. It's so brilliant. It's in the little things. That's what I want to remind you guys. It's you ladies. It's in the really little things. So when my children were small, we have crosswalks here in Israel. So when we were small, I made it a point from when they were in carriages, I only crossed at the crosswalk. How many of you use the crosswalk? Yeah, to cross the street, those lines at the light that you cross the street. How many of you don't? Okay, thank you. I, growing up, sometimes use a crosswalk, but I was easy to go through the middle of the street and cross over to the other side just as easy because it was easy. You know, no cars are coming. I look both ways and cross the street because it's fast. But when my kids were born, I had to cross the crosswalk because I wanted my children to cross in the crosswalk. I didn't want them to do to do what I do. So I changed my whole behavior and I walked in the crosswalk. Thank you for the thumbs up there. And it was great. And they grew up walking in the crosswalk. I'm walking with my daughter. My daughter's now 20, gosh, I think she's 22 or 23. I don't know, 22 or 23. And I'm walking with her last week. And we are walking back from going to a doctor's appointment. And I want to cross over the street. So I take her and said, let's go across the street. And there were children walking by us on the way to school. It was early in the morning. There were children walking by us on the way to school. And I was just going to cross the street where I was standing at that time. And she says to me, no, Mommy, let's go to the crosswalk. I don't want to influence the children around me to see what we're doing. And I was just like, holy, you know, that is it. Everything we do has a ripple effect. As even crossing the street, you know, so if you want to be a leader, think like Claudia is saying, think about how you're acting, not only in the big picture things, not only in your business, but when you talk about walk the talk, internalize it and live that mission that you want to put out there, that you want to get people behind. Live that behavior, that leadership behavior that you want the people around you to be in that. When you do it on your everyday, every moment and make those your routines, that's really how we're going to change the world. How many of you want to change the world?
That's what you call leadership by example.
Walk the talk. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Back to you, Claudia.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and this is the most important. That's why I'm saying it's really important, everything that you do, the way that you eat, the way that you behave, the way that you thank people, the way that you support people and be in service, doing things for others is really, really important. Like I mean, in the way that I became to be a teacher and be a coacher is because when I was doing my triathlons, I was doing, you know, the Facebook videos and I was sharing with people what happened with the race and this and this. And then people started telling me, Claudia, thank you because of that. I will start to do exercise. Thank you because of that. I will start to do my master degree. Thank you because of that. And I love to inspire others. And I just doing my things. I was not forcing anything or enforcing to do things. I think when you are doing good things, people start to follow you. So this is one of the things that I'm saying, guys or girls. Don't be afraid, okay? Life is to enjoy it. I know that right now, too many people is like, oh, what happened? The coronavirus, we can do this. Don't focus on the bad things. Focus just on the things that you can control. And the things that you can control is you and everything around you. You can control your thoughts and you can create new thoughts, okay? You can control your beliefs because remember, if you have lack in your life, it's because your beliefs, okay? Because when you have small ideas, when you have a small beliefs or bad beliefs, if you're growing up in an environment that is not good, how is our mindset? Our mindset is small, negative, not good, right? And how is our behaviors? It's the same. It's a small, it's not good, scarcity, fear. How will be our results? How can tell me how will be the results? Small, right? Little. But if we start to change that mindset, if we start to manifest it in our lives, what we really want, start to have that vision, what we really want to do, start to change, start to do affirmations of I am a good leader, I am a good mom, I am a good business owner, I want to change with the world. If you start to change that and you start to be willing to think bigger and think positive, then your frequency of level of energy will change. And we will see this in the workshop, okay? Mindy will talk about the frequent energy and what happened and how you attract more things. And when you are in a good level of energy, so then more things will come into your life. And then the results will be what? Bigger, right? So it's really, really important to have a look the way that we talk, the way that we act, and the way that we think. No scarcity, no in fear, no negative, because that one is just drain our energy. Then just make us to overwhelm. And this is what we definitely don't want in our life. Just take control and responsibility, because be a leaders, and this is a really good point, woman, listen to me. Be leaders, you need to be responsible. Is the first thing, needs to be responsible. Because sometimes when you want to quit, or you will make excuses, or you make, you say, no, this is, I didn't do it. No, it's not my problem. I just will say something. When it's not your problem, you can resolve the problem. So if it's something in your company and it's a problem, it's your company, it's your problem. Even if you are not the direct person that do that, but you are the owner of the company, it's your problem. Because if you can, it's not your problem, you can resolve it. And everyone in your team, they need to understand that. Okay, everyone in the team, they understand that if they are responsible, they can change things. And look, I know that when we are little, we're growing up like with fear. Why? Because when we are little and the teacher ask us a question and we raise the hand, and we answer incorrectly, the teacher said to us, oh, you are stupid, you are not studying, you don't know. And everybody started to laugh at us, ha, 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 she doesn't know, ha, ha, ha. And what happened? We grow up with that fear of what people will think about me, what people will judge us. And this is the number one fear. That's why people doesn't want to talk in people. That's why people doesn't want to lead, because they think if I lead and I do a mistake, everybody will point at me. But you know why? More mistakes you do, because we are human beings, we will make mistakes. More mistakes you do, much better you will be. And you will master things. And you will master things. Okay? So Thomas Edison and all these inventors, how many things they fail until they invent the electricity. They invent the machines, they invent the cars, they invent everything. But they fail first. Our Olympic medalists, do you think they won a gold medal just from one day to other? No, they fail. They did a lot of mistakes. They maybe have a lot of accidents. They do a lot of things before they are the number ones in the world. So fail more, together better every day, but take responsibility. Okay, to be a good leader. Mindy.
Yeah, thank you. I was going to say the responsibility is what's important, not the trouble, because we learn from that. We can, like you said, we can change it once we take responsibility. But I think, in addition to that, Claudia, another thing that's really important with stopping women from being leaders is that we talked about the little voice things. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be a leader like that. I don't want to take responsibility. So all these are little voice issues. What are people going to say about me? How many of you feel like that's stopping? What the outside is going to say about you stops you a little bit from putting yourself out there? No, good. How many of you know? Yeah, good. Because that is a big little voice issue. So when we talk about becoming a leader, we have to work on how we think, who we are, our beingness, and what we do, the skills that we have. And being a leader means that you need to have your thought process, your beingness, and your skills to be pretty diverse. Because when you lead someone, like I lead people in money, but most of my conversation with people isn't about money. I talk to them about their relationships. I talked about the communication skills with one another. I talk about how they just make priorities. How do they define their goals? What is most important to them? What's more important? What's less important? How they want to live their life. So I talk to them a lot about how they think about money, what their beingness, how they want to be with money. And then it helps them get more into the action and develop their skills. So there's basically those three things we need to go as leaders, the mindset, the beingness, and the doing, the skills that we need to acquire. And in Leadership Beyond Uncertain Terms, what we've built is a program for 5 days. Can I tell you a little bit about the program? Because it'll give you insight into leadership. Is that okay? Great, thank you. So what we've done is we said, okay, if you want to be a leader, we need to be a leader in life, not in a very short and narrow term. Our beingness needs to be a beingness of integrity with ourselves, with alignment of ourselves. And we are living beings, like Claudia said, diverse. We have diverse interests and diverse interactions with people. So we decided to make the conference, the workshop, 5 days. It's 5 days and it's managed exactly like this. A little bit more interactive. Everyone's opening up their cameras. We use also flip charts, and also it makes it very interesting. Yeah. So we've said the most important thing for any kind of leader is first his relationships, his interaction, relationship with himself and a relationship with other people. How many of you want to have a better relationship with yourself, to know yourself better, to get more connected, right? Absolutely. And how many of you want to improve your communication skills and your relationships with other people, especially those people that you want to inspire and you want to motivate, right? So we worked out a program. The whole day is developed on connecting to yourself, getting a relationship with yourself, seeing what's important to you, to be present in that, and also how you communicate and work with other people, how you create real, not superficial, because leadership is not about superficial. If the vision is big, we really want to make change, it has to come from here, from your heart. It has to be something really, I would call it from love and above, and not from reason. So when you create relationships from here and learn the languages of love and to communicate and understand who is with you and how you can work together even if you're different. How many of you would like that? Great. And how many of you think that if you have a team, if you can work with your team in a way that is empowering, like Shira said before, Shiri, to empower them. Thank you so much. Empowering, being able to talk with them and communicate is going to get them not only on board, but it's going to create other leaders in the same area of that thing that is so important to you. It's like having a whole, I have to find a different word for it, but the word that's coming to me now is army. But I don't want that. I want it to be something else. A whole bunch of sunflowers out there, like a field of sunflowers that's so huge, spreading the message to create leaders. So how many of you want to create more leaders? How many of you want to create more leaders in your family? Yeah, thank you. And that's what we're going to be doing. And that whole day is dedicated to, it's a whole day. It's 3 hours. Each day is just 3 hours because we all know that we're busy people. We have our jobs, we have our families, we have our friends, we have our parents, we have our life. So we've decided, because we're dealing with women and we know that women are multitasking, that it's going to be just 3 hours a day. But we have a whole 3 hours dedicated to relationships. And then we have a whole 3 hours, a whole day dedicated to well-being. Well-being, Claudia talked about it, balance. You know, even though our mission is so big, that doesn't mean that it takes 100% of who we are. It might take our beingness is in alignment, but our time, we have to distribute our time and our resources and our motivations and our inspirations. How many of you would like to feel that you have enough time and energy to do everything that you really want to do? That's important to you. Thank you. How many not? How many feel like you have enough energy now today? Yeah, great, fantastic. How many of you like to have even more energy, a boost of energy? Yeah, thank you. So Claudia is going to spend a lot of time on working on the mindset, the beingness, and skills. Because without the skills, you can't really take the steps. Without the skills, you're kind of based in this euphoria of motivation, but actually unable to take steps forward. So how many of you want to take whatever you learn and implement it immediately in your lives? Fantastic. Thank you. So those are the things we're going to do. We're going to work on it, on your well-being, on your health and your appearance and your attitude and your mindset to make a very balanced, I want to use the word life, but it's more than a balanced life. It's just, you know, that balance of beingness. Do you get what I'm saying here? A total alignment of all of your energy and resources being divided into those things that are important to you where you can be present in your life. Oh my God. How many of you does that excite to be present in your life? That thrills me. That thrills me. So I really love that part of the program. Another part of the program is going to be something that I'm going to be teaching. It's about money, about wealth. And again, I'm talking to you not about dollars and cents. You know, mathematics you can get on the internet. You don't need me for that. But to create a mindset that is abundant, just in the way that you think, to create a beingness where that you know that your money and the flow of money is satisfying you and your family and your needs and your goals. How many of you really want to have a fulfilling life? To bring things into your life that make you happy. Yeah? Thank you. Those are the things we want to do. We want your money not to be a goal, but a month, or not even to be the thing that's going to help you pay your survival. We want to take you out of that survival mode and be, again, in the beingness. Your money is a resource to support you. So how do you work with it? How do you attract it so that you have exactly what you need to live the lifestyle and the beingness that Claudia will talk about, to be that confidently and securely? How many of you want to be confident and secure also in your relationship with money? Thank you. And to have enough money to live that ideal life that you want to live. Do you want that also? Great. Thank you. So those are the things that I'm going to be talking about in my part of the workshop when we talk about finance. We have another day after that where we're talking about purpose. You know, Shri, you were talking about vision. What's the vision? And you think about it every day and you ask yourself, and a lot of us go on that area of what is exactly we were put on this earth to do? How many of you still question that, what you were put here to do? What's your mission in life? Thank you. How many have got their mission? You know exactly what you were here to do. Thank you. You know, it's a good feeling, isn't it, Claudia? When you know what you're here to do, how does it make you feel?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you're like, it's bigger. Yeah, it makes you feel empowered and capable and able just to do everything because there's such clarity and focus on that vision that is, you know, when I think about a vision, I think about it as like a halo or an aura. It's not just me. It's something that just emanates from me. It's this big thing that it's part of me and I'm part of it, and it spreads out into all directions. You know, that's the point when we can actually be, that's the point where we can be the leader. We can take the mindset, the beingness, and the skills that you learn, and we can actually be the leader because we have the vision. We know what our purpose is all about. How many of you want to feel that big in life? Yeah. Thank you. So we're going to be working on that. And then we're going to take it even another step further. And we're going to talk about really, this is really doing part, really doing parts. It's taking what you learn in 4 days. And in the 5th day, we're dedicating it to what are your action steps? What are you going to do tomorrow? How are you going to take this big, beautiful world that you're created in a very secure and safe environment with a bunch of other women to create that greatness? And how do you actually make it happen? Because we don't want to leave you in a state where you're in that euphoria of all these visions that you've had and these aha moments and, oh my God, that's who I am and who I want to be, that high, and then leave you not being able to know how you can put that into your life in the here and now. Not keep it as a dream, but actually make it a very actual and practical thing in your life that you can do. How many of you like that? Have a plan, the steps to take to be that big person that you want in your life. Thank you. I'm very excited about it. We've been working on this program for quite a while. I'm very excited about it. And I just can't wait to do it because I think we're going to be changing a lot of lives. How many of you would be interested in attending a program like that? Excellent. Thank you so much. So what we're going to do, do you have a question? Are there questions there? Yeah, okay. So Kay, what's the question?
Sorry, I had to run away for a minute. I have an issue, a pretty big issue. I have 3 problems reaching my goals. One of them is fear of rejection. One of them is procrastination. And one of them is finding my tribe. I think I find them, and then I give it my all, and all of a sudden it fizzles out. And I don't lose hope because that's just not who I am. But I'm a little bit despondent. Are these things that will be covered? How do we move away from these things? Fear of rejection is real.
Yeah.
I am very good at what I do. But the minute I get a no from somebody for whatever reason, it spirals into this horrible self-attack. So these are my specific problems.
Wow.
And I'm going to be very honest with you. I know who I am. I know what I do. I know what I can bring to the table. But these 3, my contribution is huge, and it will continue to be huge.
What is it that you do, Kay?
I'm a trainer. I run my own business. I run a learning center. I coach language and communications.
You are our type of people.
I hear you.
Oh, she went down. Wow. That's totally, there's so much in alignment with the things that we're doing, Claudia, right?
Yes. And well, yeah, we will wait that she come back so we can answer, but I would like to hear about who else would like to share, who would like to see if they come to this workshop, because I would like to just to check if, yes, absolutely, we are cover everything you need to really overcome fears, to really put these fears in opportunities, definitely. She's back.
Yeah, she's back. She's back.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I apologize. Okay, so yes, I think I am your kind of people. I'm not sure, but my specific problem is I'm in my late 40s. I have double degrees. I have just about everything going for me. I'm a powerhouse, but these 3 things are real.
Yeah.
Fear of rejection, procrastination, and finding my tribe.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you
I
so
don't
much
know
for
whether you
sharing
guys
that.
cover this.
yeah, I was mentioned before that absolutely we give people enough tools and information that definitely you can change any fear you have and overwhelm you have and turn it in an opportunity. Okay. Another thing that we will give to you is tools and information that also any reaction, any judgment that any people said or do will not affect you at all. Because you will try to have like a shield, like a protect shield that doesn't matter what they said, don't care. Okay? And the third one, finding your tribe, definitely we can, is something that maybe we can talk about.
I think the whole first day is based on tribe.
Yeah.
The whole
Yeah.
first day is there. The communication and relationships is there. And if I could add something, Claudia, you know, when you talk about fears and procrastination, both of them come, it's actually from the same place. It's from your little voice. It's from the inside. They're not two different things. Okay? So we are working on you. And what's great about our programs, and you can see here, there was a lot of sharing going on, a lot of soul searching going on, where you can bring things up in a very, very safe environment, you know, where everything stays here and it's between us. So everybody talks really freely and things come up. And we as a team, you know, we're a team of coaches. There are 6 of us. As a team, we work on you, specifically what your needs are and what strengths you need. Because here we're talking about really strong little voice issues, which are already ahead of the game because you know what they are. You know what the result of them are. So that's really, you're an advanced class there.
And Mindy, let me say something very quick. Okay? Look at this. How many of you here have any situation that you don't do it, that you paralyze because you think what others will think about you or judgment? Yeah?
Yeah, Kay was just saying that was her issue.
You see, every one of us, Kay, have been experienced that. It's just a way that you work on that don't affect you anymore. Okay? So, and how, like Mindy says, we have a very powerful little voice, really very, very powerful, that take off out of what we want to do. Okay?
Takes us out of the game.
Yeah, we will give you tools, we will give you information that will help you definitely with that and more, because we are talking, I mean, I'm talking about the health and wealth and the wheel of life. So how to create balance in any area of your life. So if some of you is good in relationship, okay, you will listen about relationship and communication, but maybe your point is about money or about a relationship with other people's, I don't know, behaviors. Or maybe it could be about health. How can I increase my health or my energy? No, because at the end of the day, I lack of energy, or I need more energy, or I'm not focused on things. How you would like to be more focused and less procrastination, right? So we are talking all about that. It's not just like this area, this, no. We want to cover everything. But one thing that you don't have will not cover the rest, because we have 4 dimensions. And if one dimension or one of them, like emotional or the mental one or the physical one drops, it's like a triangle. One drops and the triangle drops. Okay, you need to have these areas very, very built and very, very, and you know that if this one is start to collapse, okay, I don't have 3 things in here, but if you know, if you have that part of the triangle one start to collapse, how to do it to rebuild again, to make balance again. Okay, so definitely we will talk about that.
Okay. So, are there any more questions about what we're doing now today, or about the workshop? I'd like to hear from you, the people who say, Sherry, what would you like to get out of the workshop? You mentioned that you'd like to attend the workshop. What would you like to get out of it?
So Christine, Suhata, Goshka, tell us about. Ask us questions. Ruchi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi, I'm Sujata from India. I'm very sorry, extremely sorry that I joined the webinar late, but it was very interesting. When I joined, I saw you all discussing so many things, and it was really interesting. Next webinar, I think I'll be early, and it was very informative also. And as per the discussion, I would like to say that I always do many things. I never procrastinate anything. Anything I want to do, no, I will do it. I have the time bond and I complete it. But something stops me is the fear of communicating in the public. I have this public fear. So I want to get rid of this. So I just need help also. I don't know. I'm trying in many ways, but I don't know how to overcome it. And it is a very nice session. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Such
you.
that is also a little voice issue. You know, that's a deep issue. And that's one of the things we're going to work really on everything. All the 5 days of the program, there's going to be a lot of little voices coming up that will be able to tackle them together as a team. And how we work as a team, I hope that'll be inspiration for you to work with your teams in the same way that we're doing here. Because it's really important, those fears that come up, that we be able to, you can't get rid of fears. How many of you think that you can get rid of your fears?
It's me.
Yeah, you can get rid of your fears. You can control your fears. You can manage them. You can find tools to help you get by them, to get past them. And once you get past them and experience in your DNA, in your body, in your subconscious success beyond the fear, then the fear disappears. It dissipates. But we cannot consciously get rid of a fear. So what we do is we're going to do a lot of that in the workshop is we're going to work on those things that come up for you and help you find the way, the beingness, where you're comfortable in your beingness to be able to go forward in spite of the fear, to create a new experience. It's like you create, I mean, that's the physical part of it. There's a neural part of it. You create new neural pathways once you have successes. That's how it really works in your body. So when you create those successes, the other conversation that you used to have with yourself dissipates. How would you like that? Would that be able to help you, Sujata?
I just want to share this, Mindy, very quickly. This is us, right? We are here. But we always try to be better, right? Is someone that you don't want to be better? Or is it just me? I think everyone
I'm going to be better.
wants to be better, right? Of course. So what happened is some of us want to have, I don't know, relationships, money, house, hot trophies, medals, whatever you want in life. But this is our little voice, okay? This is the one that gives us fears. This is the one to put obstacles in our way, procrastination, you know, all these challenges here. So what we are doing is we are working with our little voice and we work on business development, okay? And business development, as you can see in this graphic, okay? So I will do it again in this graphic. Business development is you get tools and you grow up a little bit. And then you study again and you go up. And you go to the school or master degrees and you go up. But this little by little and take you time and money, right? All these degrees and everything that Kai was taking to us take a lot of that. But if you don't have personal development, okay, personal
development here,
yeah, that is
spiritual.
Exactly, that is the spiritual, the mindset, the behaviors, all of that, then is when we start to have quantum leaps, okay? So you start here and suddenly, whoop, and then you are here and then, whoop, because you can have all the studies in the world. You have all the information in the world. But if you can apply it and you can fight with this little voice, nothing will happen. So you need to have more skills to deal with emotions. How many of you think when the emotions go up, what happened with intelligence? Who can tell me? What happened? Yeah, go down. Why? Because you're so angry and you say things and then after 10 minutes you're like, oh, you're regret of what you said or what you did, right? So how many of you would like to stop that and to really control your emotions? Yeah, so it's the way that we do all of that. Okay, Sujata? Yeah.
Exactly. I have this problem. Most of the time, I just throw words. Later on, I will realize that the mistake. But now I have overcome that. And as I attend many webinars, like I have realized my mistakes. But okay, thank you for reminding it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
So someone else that want to talk, Ruchi, Christine, we want to know about you, what you would like to have in this workshop to see if we cover, just to see that we are in the correct track. Maybe they can talk. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they can't talk. So if any of you have any more questions, any more things that you want to get out of the program that we can tell you about, we can share about with you, things that we discussed today? Great. Lisa, you had a question? No. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to send you the link to sign up for the workshop. It is on July, you can see it behind me, July 13th through the 17th. It is 5 days. It's in 3 weeks, exactly 3 weeks from now. 5 days, according to your time. It's this time, 3 hours, 1 hour before, an hour after this time that we're on here in the webinar, in whatever time zone you're in, for 5 days. And it was going to be interactive. So there's going to be a lot of learning, a lot of sharing, a lot of exploring yourself, and a lot of hugging, a lot of hugging. We will be there to support you, all 6 of us, in the best way possible to help you work on this, your mind, your beingness, and also have the right skills and a plan to put it in action immediately after the workshop. Does that sound good? Is that good? Excellent. So from me, thank you very much for being here, for spending the last hour plus with us. Claudia, thank you so much for your beautiful, beautiful facilitation. I love working with you, my partner in crime.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, Kay, for your vulnerability to open your heart, to telling us, to share with us as well, Suhata, Goshka, Vital, all of us that you participate with us today.
As well.
Thank you, thank you. Mindy as well, thank you. And girls, we will start to doing more webinars talking about different topics, okay? So jump in. Kai, I know that you want to join the web workshop, yay. So Mindy will be in contact with you, okay? We will send you the links. If you still have doubts, come in, jump into this webinar that we will continue doing. We will change the topics. We will talk about different things. Ask us questions because we are here, okay? So we are giving a little bit of coaching, a little bit of information, a little bit of invitation, a little bit of everything, and we love to interact with you, okay? This program, of course, is just based for women, but if we have any gentlemen, any guys that would like to join us and to understand more how women we work and we do, welcome. I mean, if you also have your husbands or partners or someone that would like to join, I mean, but this is what it is, okay? So we love you, and we are women that we want that all women success and other women live, okay? Especially in difficult moments. We want a strong women to start to lead this planet, okay? Yeah, because we want to lead with love. We want to lead with different things. We don't want to lead with power or with army or with wars and all of that. We want to unite each other, you know, like we always do. So thank you very much. So thank you all.
Thank you all. Love you all. And hope to see you in 3 weeks in the workshop.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye.